Hey, like it's early, but how you like to go?
It is. Yeah, it's real early. You know, I just love the effort. You know, I love how it's always going to be contentious back and forth. You know, we're trying to really. We've always emphasized takeaways, but almost a renewed emphasis on it because I didn't feel like we didn't. We didn't get the number we had to get last year to help us win, and so we're really emphasizing that. And offense did a great job yesterday, but it forced the defensive guys to run a whole bunch after practice, and so they were highly motivated today. So it created some natural tension. You know, we're trying to rake it to football, and did get a couple out. They probably a little bit late, you know, on all that, and the offense back and forth, and did get a tip ball for a pick, and then which is great. Tip balls or pick balls. So that kind of part of it. You know, but I think our offense has really done a great job of protecting the football, which makes it hard on the D. But I like that intensity that's created and trying to teach them how to practice. A lot of new faces, a lot of young freshmen that don't know how to. You know, the tempo of practice. How do you practice with just helmets on to go full speed and then still be a great teammate and not keep people, keep people from getting on the ground and being able to simulate those, you know, takeaway attempts without wrestling the guy and hurting offensive players. So working through all that, but I love the effort. Today's word was focus, and I'm really trying to emphasize that with our guys. You know, even though it's only day 2, you know, when guys are not in there and they're doing walkthroughs, they've got to be locked in and get those mental reps. They're going to pay big dividends down the road. So encouraged at the start so far.
I know things will change as you get padded up and all that, but are there any freshmen in particular that maybe are jumping out to you looking a little bit more comfortable than average?
Yeah, you know, defensively, one that sticks out to me is Cam Jones. Really been encouraged by him. He's playing the Husky position behind Leno, and really it's a position he's never played before, you know, even at high school level. So I've been encouraged by what he's showing there. Devon Matthews as well, and Jamar Johnson in the secondary have kind of really popped. Reese Taylor, we got him on both sides of the ball, and you notice him. You know, he's got different gear than everybody else. And then offensively, you know, Miles Marshall is one that jumps out to me. Really does a great job running routes and smooth and explosive. Stevie Scott's another one that's caught my eye. I think he's really got a lot of time. You forget that Michael Penix is one of those guys, you know, since he was here in the spring, but continues to impress and do some great things. So those younger guys, I think are doing some good. I noticed Nick Morosis too, just really more on film. When I was watching, I've always watched the defense full through and grade all that, but then I go back and watch them from an offense perspective, focus on those guys, and he's young and he's got a lot of growth in front of him, but I think he's what we thought he was, so he's going to be a good player.
Seeing Reese Taylor on both sides today, what has he shown you just that you're just getting out here with the versatility?
Yeah, you know, he's just got a lot of skills. You know, getting back there catching punts, he's very natural at that. He's playing different positions on offense and getting a core foundation at corner as well. So it's been good a couple days for him. He's a bright young man, so he picks things up pretty quickly. And the offense just kind of comes natural to him. I think you can kind of put him in a lot of different spots, and he doesn't need 1,000 reps to figure it out. You know, so but he's a guy that has done some good things.
First couple of days seeing these quarterbacks throw since spring practice, Brandon Dawkins first time watching. Anything surprise you out of that group, or any improvements you've seen?
Yeah, you know, I don't know if it was a surprise, but you know, I thought Peyton was extremely accurate. You know, yesterday especially. I haven't seen the numbers today. Michael Penix just continues to have great zip on the ball and good accuracy and placement. And you know, Brandon didn't play all spring, so it's kind of been off for a while. And threw the ball, I thought, well, yesterday, maybe not as well today, as compared to yesterday. That's not, you know, that's just based off of walking off the field right now, but make some better decisions, you know, which is all part of the process. So each of the guys have skills that are unique to them and a different strength as well. So I think that they're going to get their opportunities, and they're going with different groups. It's not all each guy with the same unit each time, and so we get a chance to see how they move the ball. That's the key.
It's like you're trying to get more snaps with going both ways at the same time. Is that with QBs?
Well, it's both. It's quarterbacks, but it's also depth on defense. We've got so many DBs that are young, that need reps, so many linebackers that they're in that same position. So we've got 2 skaters going one time, and then obviously we're trying to get 3 quarterbacks, lots of reps. It's hard to get 3 looked at, so we have to film both sessions separately, and so yeah, that's really has a dual purpose. But quarterback's one of them, and then other positions as well. Even the receiver, we got more depth there than we've had. So just trying to get guys. You can't learn the offense and defense by just sitting through your meetings and sitting through and doing walks. You got to do it live. So I got to get it.
Let's go, Lloyd. Early on, after the introduction in the spring, what's your thoughts on Damian Willis and how he's kind of?
Yeah, I tell you, he has been a pleasant surprise. He doesn't look rusty at all. very confident. Has really impressed me a lot in terms of his leadership and in terms of his understanding, what he has to do to kind of get back, in that position. We haven't just plugged him right in. He's got to earn it, and he knows that. And so, but his ability to make checks and adjustments and his burst of the ball is what you want to see. So I knew he was a good player. Just glad to have him back.
Kind of maybe a little bit of an extra boost in TD Roof. I know he practiced all spring, but maybe now knowing that he's going to be playing this fall.
Oh, I think there's a difference, and I've said it before. You can be the most focused young man in America, but when you think you're not playing, it's just different. It's just like if a guy thinks he's redshirting, and it's a different approach. And so now that he knows he's playing, and he always practiced hard, but I just sense the difference for sure. There's a sense of urgency in his preparation because he knows, game one he's got to be ready to play. So not a year from now.
Is there anything about TD that's popped out on field, or
he just burst? He's very, he's gained 10 pounds since the spring, and it's a good 10 pounds, and just got to learn the defense now. And fortunately, he was here in the spring. That was huge to get his feet wet and get him a good foundation with the knowledge of everything. And so guys just got to do it when they're going fast and have the full package, because in the spring it's pretty watered down. So. But I think his strength is his burst of the football and ability to finish. So that'll show up here once we get pads in.
Jason Harris made a lot of plays, it seems like.
I tell you, I was really, a receiver, really kind of jumped out to me. And he's a really good football player. And to been through what he's been through is just unbelievable. I have 3 ACLs. It's just a tribute to the kind of young man that he is, his mindset, his attitude, and his heart. He's small in stature, but he's huge in his care factor. So a lot of respect for that young man.
With him coming off 3 knee surgeries, is there any kind of pitch count on?
It is. It's more about how he feels, and he's not been restricted right now in regards to just saying, hey, we're going to try and get it. Just, hey, how's it feel? As long as we don't have swelling, as long as he's able to come back at each day and it feels good. And if it ever gets to the point where it doesn't, we'll back him off a little bit. But it looks good to me. So we'll just keep pressing him and keep pushing it so we can let him be. He should know now how it's supposed to feel. They've been there, done that so many times. So a lot of confidence, and he has a lot of confidence in our training staff. So they've done a great job getting him healthy.
You talked a lot about in the offseason about Coach Blue and Coach Ray, and how much you thought they'd make an impact. But as you now see guys out here, again, I know it'll be different when they're in pads, but do you see, I guess, a tangible difference after a full offseason with them?
You do, and I think it'll show up even more with pads on, just because of the hitting part of it, but it's just for their physical bodies, the burst of the football, the ability to change direction, those kind of things. And we were just commenting yesterday about different guys and how they look moving around, so because when you gain muscle mass, and you want to make sure that you want to get faster, you don't want to slow down, and so be able to see that. I think especially on the interior, offensive line, defensive line is where you see a lot of, I think, significant differences in the way the guys look and how they move, and that'll show up even more once we get pads on tomorrow and then go to full pads in a couple of days. So yeah, they've obviously made a big impact, and I think it's going to show up on the field.
As far as kickoffs go, are you open to using different kickers for field goals?
Yeah, absolutely, and the guys know that, and really preferably, I think in the course of, all my time in special teams over the years, it's hard to do both as the season wears on, especially when you're scoring the way you want to be scoring. You get a lot more kickoff opportunities in games, and your leg just gets tired, and so I think in a perfect world, you'd like to have a kickoff specialist and a field goal specialist. And so we're not totally ready to say we have that right now, but that's what the goal is, and it may happen this year, and it may happen the following year. But that's, in my mind, that's what I want.